Hey there, coffee lovers! Ever wondered how that magical elixir of life gets from a tiny bean to your favorite mug? Well, buckle up, because I'm taking you on a hilarious journey through the coffee making process. Let's start with the humble coffee bean. Picture this, they're like teenagers. They hang out in bunches and need a lot of attention. These beans start their journey in the tropics, growing on coffee plants in places like Brazil, Colombia, and Ethiopia. The coffee plant produces cherries, and each cherry contains 2 coffee beans. Coffee cherries are usually hand-picked to ensure that only the ripe ones are selected. Some regions use machines for harvesting, but hand-picking is preferred for high-quality coffee. Think of it as a bean fashion show, where only the ripest, plumpest models make the cut. Next up, we have the processing phase. The beans need a spa day. They can either go for a wet process or a dry process. The wet process is like a luxurious bubble bath, where beans are placed in water, where the good ones sink and the bad ones float. The skin and pulp of the beans are removed, and then are fermented to remove any remaining mucilage. After fermentation, the beans are washed and then dried. The dry process, on the other hand, is like a sunbathing session where beans lie out to dry in the sun. This process can take several days to weeks, depending on the climate. In some cases, machines are used to speed up the drying process, especially in areas with less reliable weather. Whichever method they choose, they end up looking fabulous. After their spa day, the beans need a makeover. Enter the milling stage. This is where they lose their outer layers, like shedding a heavy winter coat. The dried beans are passed through a hulling machine to remove the parchment layer. Once they're milled, the beans are sorted by size, weight, and color, making sure they're all looking fine and dandy. Now, on to the roasting. This is the part where the beans get their personality. Roasting is like a high-stakes game of bean Jenga. The green coffee beans are roasted to develop their flavor. Roasting transforms the chemical and physical properties of the beans, creating the characteristic coffee aroma and taste. Too little roasting, and they're shy and acidic. Too much and they turn into bitter, burnt lumps. But just right, they're rich, complex, and ready to party. The temperature and duration of roasting can vary depending on the desired roast level, light, medium, or dark. And the transformation is like a bean superhero origin story. Next, the beans take a little break, cooling off before heading to the grinder. This is where the magic starts brewing, literally. Grinding releases all those delicious aromas and flavors. The roasted beans are ground to a specific size depending on the brewing method. For example, espresso requires a fine grind, while French press coffee requires a coarse grind. It's like a bean symphony, with every grind note contributing to the perfect cup. Finally, we get to the grand finale brewing. The beans meet water and it's like a bean wedding. They dance, they mingle, and before you know it, you have a beautiful cup of coffee. There are various methods to brew coffee, whether you prefer drip brewing, French press, or espresso. It's all about extracting those tasty oils and compounds. The brewed coffee is usually filtered or strained to remove the coffee grounds, and it can be served black or with additions like milk, sugar, cream, or flavored syrups, depending on personal preference. And there you have it, folks. From bean to cup, that's the coffee journey. So next time you sip that steaming mug of goodness, remember all the love, sweat, and laughs that went into creating it. Cheers to coffee. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Catch you later with another fun-filled adventure.